It's a new season and some new faces in the Saskatchewan locker room, including that guy right there, Zach Manns, getting set and ready to go here tonight. And then down the hall, the captain, Cody Jamieson, will go tonight for the Thunderbirds. It's Halifax, Saskatchewan next on TSN. An absolutely beautiful Friday night on the East Coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Yeah, downtown Halifax will be bumping tonight, as it will be inside the nest. Yes, Scotiabank Center here, all set and ready to host the Thunderbirds and the Rush. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pete Dalliday, along with Pat Gregoire for the NLL opener here tonight. Pat, so many changes in the offseason, so many exciting ones. Where do you want to start?
Well, I think we got to start with the big one, the unified standing. Say goodbye to East, say goodbye to West. The top 8 teams will make the playoffs. And if you look right there, Pete, Buffalo and Colorado, the 2 teams that met in the finals, they would have met in the first round. Every game just means so much more. Each team is going to play each other at least once. It really helps decide who is the best team in the entire NLL.
Let's take a look at the Halifax forwards. 2 keys for these guys right here is going to be, getting off to a quick start, Peterson and Benesh.
Well, certainly we know there are some bodies in and out of the lineup, but when you look at both these guys, they have been consistent pieces of this offense. Benesh going into his 7th NLL season. Look at that right there. Clark Peterson in, Benesh in. We found out Cody Jamieson is out, but Randy Stott's on the pup list. He's not ready to go. Chris Boucher traded to Toronto in the offseason. Eric Fennell, he's on the pup list. Sounds like we're not going to be seeing him for a while.
Speaking of Ryan Benesh, he is standing by with our very own Ashley Docking. Ashley.
Ryan, it's your 17th opening night in the NLL. Of course, some anticipation, maybe some nerves. What's the best way to get past that so you guys can have a big performance today?
Just rely on each other, right? It's a team game. Everybody in our locker room, we fight for each other. We're a big family, and it's nice to be back here in Halifax, and we want to get this one to start.
What are some expectations that you have about Sask? They're a relatively new team, so not too much info on them.
Yeah, I mean, they got a big turnover there, but everybody that makes this league is here for a reason, so we can't take them lightly, and just got to play our game 60 minutes hard, and hopefully we come out with a W.
Thank you so much.
All right, we talked about a lot of changes in Saskatchewan, but not this guy. He is back for another big year.
Robert Church wakes up in the morning, puts his pants on, and scores goals in the National Lacrosse League at 50+ last year. He is going to be a big part because look at all the changes, especially on offense, but even on the defense. You look at all those names, Rubish, Beers, Dilks, those were cornerstone pieces of this defense. It's a new look on the jersey. It's also a new look on the floor. We can't forget Frank Giuliano. Maybe he's that rock this team has been missing in between the pipes.
Ashley is standing by right now with Robert Church. Ashley.
Robert, a lot is being made of your guys' new look roster, the turnover, the new faces, synergy, chemistry is something you're looking to build. So how do you do that quickly?
Yeah, I mean, pass to pass, we got a lot of new faces in the lineup, and we had a couple good scrimmages and good practices, 4 weeks of training camp, so we're ready to go. We think the guys have bonded well, and we're going to try and show the league what we can do here tonight.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. It is an exciting night. It's a doubleheader tonight, and starting here in Halifax, the DJ's ready, and so are we here. Coming up next. The NLL on TSN Game of the Week is brought to you by NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience. Officially licensed everything. Welcome back inside Scotiabank Center. As you can tell, we're almost ready to go here. The Halifax Thunderbirds all lined up in the crease there, wearing purple, and new purple lids this year for the Thunderbirds as well. Pat looking pretty sharp here. And now let's go downstairs once again and join Ashley Docking.
The woulda, shoulda, coulda conversations surrounding the Halifax Thunderbirds from last year stop tonight. They have the same championship aspirations as they did last year, a familiar roster, but Micah Kersey says they're looking for better mental preparation, more focus, and more accountability, and he feels like that's what's going to put them over the hump this year. At least he hopes so. For Saskatchewan, Jimmy Quinlan, the head coach, said, of course we have championship aspirations, but we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. He said, quite frankly, to his team at a preseason game in Moose Jaw, we don't even know what we have here yet, but as he likes to say, I hope my eyes aren't lying to me in what I think we might have here with these players.
All right, thank you, Ashley. Let's take a look at your starting goaltenders here. Frank Chiliano getting the start here. New in Saskatchewan, but certainly a veteran of the NLL, and he will be the starter tonight for the visitors. And down at the other end, right there, Warren Hill, a fan favorite here in Halifax for sure, and he gets the nod coming off a 9-7 record last year, Pat.
I think this team, this defense goes as Warren Hill goes. When he's making those big saves from the outside, when he's making those 10 bellers with players right on top of the crease, that's when the defense starts to pick up off that energy and start to play well. On the other side, Jake Withers, one of the best, probably, if not the best face-off specialist in the game, but Pete, he's so much more. He's also one of their best defenders. Gonna want to keep your eyes close to Jake Withers all night long.
He scored the first ever goal in Halifax about 10 seconds in on opening night in 2019, so he can score as well. And they're ready to go. The fans have been waiting about 6 months almost to the day since they last saw some NLL lacrosse. And they've been bolts ready to go for this one. It's going to be Halifax in purple and Saskatchewan sporting not new colors necessarily, maybe a slightly different shade, but new logo and looking sharp in white with green and black trim.
It's almost symbolic of this new era of Saskatchewan Russia.
Perfect timing for a refresh, and here we go. It's showtime in Halifax. The NLL season is underway, and a good battle off this opening faceoff, and Withers stays with it, and Jake Withers will get control of it here, and Halifax will have a chance to break the ice tonight. Tarafinkel gets it in for Clark Peterson. Peterson waiting for the offense to come out. He rolls to the top, shoots and hit a stick, got deflected. Cody Jamieson gets the loose ball. He'll slow it down here just a little bit. Gets a pick. Ganesh rolls, pass to Peterson. Peterson fakes over to Jamieson. He comes in, looks, shoots, and Chiliano with the first save of this lacrosse game.
Big first save and good defensive stand for the Rush. Not getting many purple jerseys on the inside, allowing Frank Chiliano to see the stuff from the outside.
Ball moved in here. Patrick Dodds moves it across. A penalty coming up. And the Rush will have the first power play of the game coming very early in, just 53 seconds into this one. Who's the guilty one here?
24, 2 minutes.
Well, Tyson Bell to the box for the slash. The fans already on the officials here.
Tyson Bell with a big smile on his face. We'll take a look here. And that looks like that's what the call. I know the officials are trying to really clamp down on the off-ball slashes. I don't know if I love that one, Pete.
Didn't look too bad, did it? Here's Mans. Mans to the top, shot coming, blocked out in front, and a short-handed opportunity perhaps here as Withers makes his way over center before falling down to the turf.
Who else but Graham Hossack blocking the shot there. Almost sprung Withers on a short-handed opportunity. Good back check by Zach Mans there.
Mans at the top to Keenan. Across to the far side, back to the top again. Swings it over. Keenan tried the quick stick, missed it, gets it off the boards. To Mans again, down to the crease, shot going wide by Messenger, and here come the Thunderbirds up the other way. Short-handed, coming in, fake in behind the goal, and they'll just slow it down here a little bit, as it's going to be Tarafinkel, who had one heck of a training camp according to Micah Kersey, and the rest of the Halifax staff.
Pretty much every person we talked to this week, they mentioned that Ryan Tarafanko was the most impressive Thunderbird, and it's like plays like that.
Off the post, the T-Birds coming close. Loose ball coming back into Halifax territory. Now Boudreau will play it here for the Rush. Ryan Barnable, player that you really like at Whitby, Ontario, Pat.
Absolute spark plug. He can play both sides of the ball. For what he lacks in size, he makes up for heart, smarts, and great skill as well.
Rush on the power play, man's over, shot off the crossbar, up and out of play.
After a lot of cross crease passing the last offensive set we saw from this power play, instead they're keeping it simple. Give the ball to Robert Church. He almost kisses the bar and gets the game's first goal, the season's first goal at that beat.
Still little time left in the man advantage here for the Rush as they play catch back and forth. Mans at the top, across, Bell is back on the floor, Mans fires and that is blocked again. The Halifax D making more saves so far than Warren Hill's been forced to make.
That is a great hustle play from Bell, and great job by Halifax not to spoil that little back check. And if you're Saskatchewan, one of those players on the floor, you got to let your teammate know a back checker's coming off the bench.
Austin Shanks over, shot, they score! Ryan Benesh, it's 1-0 Halifax. Ryan Benesh. Ashley talked to him in the opening. And here he is opening the scoring. 1-0 for the Thunderbirds.
This is just peak Ryan Benesh, that little skipper. Look how far out the bounce shot comes. Look, it almost bounces at the defender's feet. That just makes it so difficult for the goaltender, Chiliano, to read it. Perfectly executed, and as you would expect, in his 17th season opener, the veteran getting it done early on for the T-Birds.
17th home opener for number 17. And the Thunderbirds have an early lead.
And Pete, that's a great offensive possession, a great shot, but you got to give all the credit there on Warren Hill and that defense killing off that penalty, allowing the offense to get going.
Johnny Pearson with the loose ball. He'll feed it in. Thunderbirds looking for more. Clark Peterson to the far side. And a little roll. Jameson drops it in behind the goal, and it's going to be Rush getting the ball back as they try to tie it up here.
Might have been a little bit of a set piece. We're seeing a lot more teams utilize behind the net in the field lacrosse game. That's what you call X, the office back there. We're now seeing that come into the indoor game a lot more this season.
Good ball movement here by Saskatchewan. Keenan has it, the captain shoots, and a save by Warren Hill. He looks up the floor, nothing there, so an outlet pass. And Halifax making their way down to Rush territory.
Great chance by Keenan. I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities this season with the departure of Mark Matthews. This offense on the left side could be his.
There's a shot over the top. Chiliano set. Rebound, another stop. Chiliano, another shot. And that goes high off the glass. 3 in a row by the Thunderbirds. And they get possession. It's Benesh with it. To the top for Austin Shanks. He fires and Chiliano gets a piece of that. Clark Peterson gets the ball, 20 seconds. Lots of time left on the shot clock. Here's Benesh looking for another. He scores! Back to back for Benesh. Ryan Benesh 2, Saskatchewan Rush 0 so far.
If you're an opponent and you start seeing Benesh's stick heat up, it's a sad day, it's a bad day. But for the Thunderbirds, they love seeing this get it going early on. Look at all the crashing and banging by Bo Hunter and Dawson Thede, those two thick boys, freeing up some space, and heads up play by Benesh, shooting through all that traffic. But that possession, once again, doesn't happen without the hustle play. But this time from the forwards, they get the ball back, cause the turnover, it's a fresh clock. Benesh gets his second of the game.
Draw coming back, and Tyson Bell, the St. Catharines, Ontario native, scoops it up. Bell moves it over. Tarafanko comes in. Tarafanko forced towards the boards. hangs on to the ball. He's tough to knock off the ball for sure.
What do they say? Unmovable object? I don't know what it is, Pete, but it's Messenger and Tarasenko. Give us more of that.
Here's Peterson over Jamieson. Back to Clark. Peterson scores! Peterson makes it 3-0 Halifax.
When talking to Mike Kersey leading up to this game, we said, what's going to take Clark Peterson from being a great player to a superstar or elite status? He said, I need to see him shoot the ball more. He is a great playmaker, but he's a great shooter. That's exactly what we saw here. Maybe last year we wouldn't see him shoot from outside, use the defender as a screen. He'd maybe elect to pass. This time he rips it low by Chiliano, and this is something we might have to keep our eyes on. We're seeing a lot of low shots, some bouncers on Chiliano. Maybe that's on the scouting report, Pete.
All three pretty low for sure. So a good time maybe for a timeout here for the Rush. We will be back. The Thunderbirds leading 3-0 here on TSN. The Halifax Regional Municipality is located in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral traditional lands of the Mi'kmaq people. The NLL and TSN acknowledge all nations, Indigenous and non, who live, work, and play on this land, and who honor and celebrate this territory. And what a start for Ryan Benesh. 2 goals already in this one for the veteran.
We talked about him entering his 17th NLL season, 38 years old, but showing no signs of slowing down. In the offseason, he made it very clear. He has accomplished so many things in his career. Mann Cup, President's Cups, you name it. He wants an NLL Cup, and he believes he can do it here in Halifax.
His second stop in Halifax, they shoot, they score! Dawson Theed from way out, and it's 4-0 Thunderbirds.
Off the top, Pete, we talked about how Eric Fennell is likely out for a good chunk, if not the entire season. This guy right here, Dawson Theed, is going to play a huge role. That is a goal scorer's goal. Again, Halifax has done a great job using the defenders as screens. Comes around the top, he's on his wrong side, and it's a little 3/4 low-to-low rip, an absolute beauty from Dawson Theed.
Well-rounded athlete, played university hockey here in Halifax, and now a member of the Thunderbirds. A big body on that far side with a big shot.
And Pete, that's the scary thing. How good could this guy be now that he's put his full attention to the game of lacrosse?
Yeah, 100% now into this sport. Here's Austin Shanks. Shanks coming in. Looking here for some movement and some room. He's gonna dish it off. Peterson with a chance. That goes off Chiliano on a loose ball here in a full 30. Lots of time on the shot clock after that reset. Little sweep move by Peterson. Drops it. Shanks hits the post on the far side. Austin Shanks picks up his own loose ball. Feeds it over to the far side for Cody Jamieson. Jamieson deep into the corner. Bounce pass over to Peterson. Clark Peterson comes in. Backhand feed. Shot. Shanks denied by Chiliano. Halifax coming close to their 5th straight, but Chiliano coming up big. Big stop by the tender there.
And this is the first time Saskatchewan's had possession since that power play because of all the goals and Jake Withers dominating the face-off dot. They just haven't been able to get the rock.
Walter over to the far side it goes now. Loose ball up for grabs. Halifax will get it. Little bounce ahead. Here comes Colton Armstrong. Armstrong dropping it. Little fake shot, and Chiliano gets an arm on it. Cole Kirst making his NLL debut here tonight. Oh, what a battle here, but a penalty coming up. Armstrong's going to get the gate for Halifax as he took down Garland. There's a shot and a save. Warren Hill. And it's a power play for the 2nd time tonight as Armstrong, as we see, will head to the box, hit Tyson Bell. trying to mix things up here in the corner.
Something tells me might not be the only one in Armstrong getting a penalty. A little bit of rough stuff. I said it off the top, Pete. This is, you know, two Canadian clubs. I know there's no more East-West, so it's not really a geography rivalry, if you will. But man, these teams, every time they play each other, a lot of fireworks, a lot of extra electric atmosphere. We said it down before.
2 minutes, holding.
Holding the call. You're right. It's you know, a rivalry that really went back here to opening year as we take another look. And yeah, a little aggressive there on.
So I think, Pete, right here, no problem with the initial hit. It's once his hand comes off the stick, brings him to the ground, that's the issue the officials have.
There's a shot. Warren Hill with a big save. Rebound controlled by the Thunderbirds. They're up by 4, just over 7 to go in the first quarter here on this Friday night on the East Coast. Bo Hunter with it. Bo Hunter, second season with the Thunderbirds. Peterson in for Shanks. Flips the stick a couple times and thinking about his next move. Rolls towards the top. Dishes it off. Quick shot by Bo Hunter. And that goes wide. It's going to be rush ball with still lots of time left in their power play.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Halifax, you got to be happy with this start, but you also have to know, despite this being a new look offense, the guy with the ball right there can make you pay, but a lot of these other guys too.
Keenan picks up that loose ball. He'll get it to Mark Walter to the top for Mans. Mans got some room to shoot. He scores! Zach Mans with a rocket on the power play, and the Rush are on the board.
A much needed goal for the Rush. It just seems like possessions are coming at a premium. You gotta make them count. And nothing really special here, Pete, with the power play. Just little ball movement here, stretching out the two top players in Withers and Bell. And this is just a perfectly placed, great shot, great deception by Mans. Looks like he's gonna go low, instead goes high, stings that corner. Mans gets his first of the season, gets his first with the Rush.
Yeah, you're right. Almost like Cody Jamieson type of shot. Jamieson's very good at that as well. Here they come in transition, looking to close the gap. A bouncer, and goes up and out of play, and it's Halifax ball.
And opportunity is a big, big word that came up many times talking to Mans and Dodds. And when would you have ever seen Mans at the top of the power play in Toronto? Wouldn't happen. Now he comes here. This is a big, big chance for him to put up some big numbers with the Rush.
Bounce pass, sidearm shot, and Shiliano down. He makes the stop and looks right up towards center and gets it ahead to Jake Boudreau. Boudreau being watched by Armstrong. Unloads it and then heads off to the bench. And the Rush will set up the offense. Pass to the far side, shot, that goes low. Under the glove of Hill, but wide of the mark. Loose ball, Smith will take it. Smith to Hasek. And here come the Thunderbirds, Clark Peterson.
Great slide by Armstrong there. We know he's a transition stud, but early on in this game, he's showing his physical side. The Thunderbirds coaching staff gonna love seeing that.
Peterson, he gets the ball, and Cole Kirst looking for his first. So excited to be here, he told us in his debut. He's been watching a lot of NLL on TV over the last couple of years, and now he's in it. 4-1. It is Halifax leading as we have the Rush on the board. You're watching the NL on TSN.
For Zach Mans, already got a goal. And although it's new for him being in Saskatchewan, something that's not new for him is scoring against the Thunderbirds. He's been a T-Birds killer in 8 games, including 2 playoff games. This guy has absolutely torched the Thunderbirds. 35 points. Only Josh Byrne, Dane Smith, and Dan Craig have scored more points against the Thunderbirds since they've moved to Halifax.
Yeah, he's off to a good start here with the rush for sure. Nice spin move shot up and over the goal. Robert Church with a good look there. Thunderbirds up the other way. Terefenko stops, looks, nothing there, so showing some good patience as he waits for everyone to get into position. Finds some open space and unloads the ball to the far side. Kirsten. Shot coming, off the bar, another crossbar. Shanks out in front, Peterson scores! That's 2 of the night for Clark Peterson, and the Thunderbirds once again up by 4.
Peterson gets his second of the night. But look where this all starts. Austin Shanks hasn't been able to find the back of that. Here's another pipe, perfectly picked. And it's a heads-up play, follow the ball, pick up the loose ball. Saskatchewan has to do a much better job keeping your eye on a guy like Clark Peterson. That's Garland, that's Jay, that's 2 veterans. They have to be better. They gotta keep their eyes out, head on a swivel.
Draw one here by the Thunderbirds. Jake Withers hanging on to it, shoots, he scores! All Withers right there, right from the draw to the back of the net. And Withers is on the board.
This is why you don't call him a face-off specialist. Like, look at how dominant this guy is. Picks up the loose ball. Great job by Terefenko to box out his man. Takes it down the alley, looking for options. You know what? I'll take it myself. Little push shot. That is a goal scorer's goal. He is an elite defender that just so happens to be the best face-off man in the game. And then look at that play.
Another win right there by Withers. Here's Peterson. Peterson across, a shot, just missing Jamieson. Loose ball taken by Barnable. Barnable making his way in. Peterson back to play a little D here, didn't get a chance to change. Shot, a side armor handled by Hill. Smith looking to get the rebound, comes back, and Hill will play it. A dart ahead to Peterson. Peterson, a little 2-on-2, gets the pick from Hasek. Peterson shoots, he scores!
Look at that man right there. Warren Hill makes the stop, and he's gonna make it rain. See right here, loose ball. I'll take that, Warren Hill says. And it's a perfectly passed ball. Peterson almost overruns it, just fights through a couple of hard checks from Boudreau, puts in the back of the net. It's a first quarter hat trick for the former Cornell Big Red, and a big congratulations to Warren Hill. As we have Lane Rushka coming in, relieving Frank Chiliano. His Saskatchewan debut cut short early on. He might go back in, but we're going to see the pride of Saskatchewan come in with Rushka.
Local kid, and what an opportunity here. That's not where he wants to come in, certainly with his team 7-1. He was hoping perhaps not to see action tonight. But there he is, great shot of his mask. A lot of hometowns, local towns from Saskatchewan on the mask. Born and raised between the pipes here. Now for the Rush.
Born, raised, and trained. That's the big thing, too. Not a guy that went out to BC or Ontario for his entire junior career. He's a guy that played the majority of his ball in province, and you love to see that for the growth of the game.
Here's another chance, and that's going to go wide. Net knocked off. And we have some action after the whistle, some words exchanged.
And this is going to be a goaltender interference call on Shanks. He doesn't like it. Rushka probably didn't like it either. You see Chiliano's helmet go on. That usually indicates maybe he's going back in, gets a tap from defensive coach Jeremy Talibi, and as we say that, he heads out back on the floor. And we'll go back and pick up his duties. I mean, let's be honest, Pete. The Rush went out and got this guy for a reason. They believe he is still an elite goaltender in this game. He's allowed 7 goals on 16 shots. Yeah, a couple he probably wants back, but it's also been just great shooting from the Thunderbirds.
And a couple he was kind of left to fend for himself as well. Keenan on the loose ball. He's in the shooter spot right now, to the top. Vermans fires, Warren Hill with the save. Looks up floor, is he gonna fire it? He does, a bouncer. It's gonna go the length of the floor. Jamieson couldn't quite grab that one, maybe a little too much heat on it. And a bad bounce, but it's gonna be Rush ball. Down 7-1. As they'll try and chip away here late in the first quarter. Mans, shot, Church scores! And that is gonna chip away at this Halifax lead as Church gets on the board. Makes it 7-2.
I mean, there's no denying Robert Church is one of the most elite forwards in the game, and it's for plays like this. Again, Saskatchewan really not doing anything too creative on their man advantage. They're just finding the holes, finding the seams, and hey, if you don't want to slide to Robert Church, he's gonna make you pay. He can sting corners, he can rip it hard, but also there he can show if he walks it in, he's gonna pick apart a goaltender. No problem at all.
Withers again, right off the draw, to the goal, scores! Jake Withers all the time, straight from the dot. He has his second of the night. And I believe playing in front of his daughter for the first time here in Halifax as well, which is kind of neat.
Some dad strength here from Withers, picks it, pops it to himself, looks off a couple of forwards, and a little shove to Garland to boot. And you can see there, look at the face-off stick of Withers, completely bent, weird pocket. So that's so difficult for goaltenders when he takes that shot, really hard to read where it comes from. But Withers is not one of those guys who wins the draw and can't make a play because he has that face-off stick. If anything, this is a guy that could probably go out and play an offensive shift with it. His second goal of the game, and the Thunderbirds have an 8-2 lead.
And Withers pops it right into the stick of his good friend Terefenko. Van Esch moves it. Now it's Clark Peterson already having a night. Peterson coming in to the far side. There's a shot, they score! Bo Hunter. And he gets one early here.
Talking to a lot of people around this organization, another player who had a very strong showing in camp was Bo Hunter. There's no denying when this guy gets time and space, he can make you pay. This is a great pass though by Peterson. Look, he takes it down low, sees the change coming, and it's Bo Hunter. He's got too much space, too much time, uncorks it. He had 7 goals in his rookie season last year. Mike Kukurzi was straight up. He said he needs to be a bigger part of this offense. Great start to him. He got the goal there, though. Pete, he's been crashing, banging, pick up loose balls. I think you got to do that. And if you look there, Rushka back.
Rushka is back, so he may stay longer this time. 9-2 here for the home team tonight, and we're not even a quarter in. What a start for the T-Birds. Here's Peterson on the wrong side of the floor, makes the pass, and it's going to be picked up by Austin Shanks. And that pops head of the stick up and out of play. And the Rush get the ball back. Withers with a couple here tonight. And dominant in the dot. There's a shot from way out, they score. Patrick Dodds. And that's big as they get one in the last minute of the first quarter.
Dodds is absolutely dangerous. We know that, but this is one that I think Warren Hill is going to want to have defense keeping it out. We'll get a great look here, Pete. Good pressure by Halifax. And I don't know, maybe that goes off the stick of Max Wilson. We'll get a great look right here.
If it didn't go off it certainly kind of maybe caused Warren Hill not to see it the way he had hoped. But
we talked a lot about Mans, and for good reason, but Patrick Dodd's another good Victoria boy looking for a fresh start. He had 50 points in his second season. We'll get a chance here.
Shot that just misses the old bouncer.
But as I mentioned, 50 points last season. A little bit of a drop off from his first season where he was a 2022 Rookie of the Year finalist. That's why Saskatchewan's gone out. They believe he could be a top piece of this offense. We'll send it down to Josh Hiltz.
Penalty number 4, 2 minutes, check from behind.
Hasek in the box.
I don't know if you can poke many holes in the Thunderbirds game here tonight. The one I think is discipline. And say what you will, if you like the call or not, maybe is that Hasek getting a penalty for being too big and strong? Possibly, but the refs are playing this way. You gotta.
That's a weird one. What a weird bounce, and it goes past Warren Hill. You don't see too many power play goals like that, but the Rush will take it. That's an odd one, and Warren Hill wants to take another look.
We want to take a look as well as, again, ball movement. This time we see the pick coming from the top, goes off the face and in. There's a quick stick. What do you call that? A quick face? Header in soccer? I don't know. That is one of the more unique goals we've seen from Robert Church. Normally, it's an outside rip. This time it's caging in.
Yeah, he's getting a little chuckle out of it, I think. He's like, yeah, I'll take it. So the power play marker gets the Rush to within 5. And the Halifax Thunderbirds will play for the final shot here of the quarter. They have pulled goaltender Warren Hill for the extra shooter. Jamieson at the top. Moves it over to the far side. Here's a look, feed across, shakes. His shot was blocked. Loose ball, and the horn will go. 9-4 Patty after one.
Oh, great pushback from Saskatchewan. They get a couple goals, get this back in reach. No need to hit the panic button if you're a Rush fan.
Lots of offense here in Halifax so far tonight. Still 3 quarters to go. Opening nights. First of a doubleheader. It's the NLL on TSN. Welcome back to Halifax. Let's go downstairs and join Ashley Dockey.
If we learned anything from childhood favorite film, Rookie of the Year, it's that sometimes these high-profile athletes actually do get their athletic prowess from their mothers, and that's certainly the case with Ryan Terefenko, who said his mom, Donna, was a badass high school swimmer. She held multiple county records, so he was enrolled in swimming and water polo as a kid before he found his way to lacrosse, a journey that took him to the World Lacrosse Championships in San Diego this summer, winning gold with Team USA. He said the experience was indescribable, and it was an honor to represent the team for the first time. And you guys, with lacrosse being included in the 2028 games in LA, I think Ryan Terefenko is somebody who's on a lot of people's radars.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right there. Great story, Ashley. And apparently he's just a freestyle guy when it comes to the pool. He's pretty good, he says, but nothing too fancy.
Seen him throw the swim move on the floor a few times as well, Pete.
Yeah. Here's Jamieson looking. Oh, Benesh couldn't quite grab it. Second quarter action underway. Benesh has a little room. Goes across. There's a pass and a shot and a save. And a solid hit afterwards. Going to be Rush ball.
Welcome to the NLL, Cole Kirst. That's a learning experience shift. Probably throws one too many fakes instead of throwing that quick stick, and then boom, defender throws the extra hit. He'll learn.
It's early in his career, that is for sure. Here's Dodds. He moves it, comes over to Church. Church, nice feed, shot, and a stop by Warren Hill. Smith looking for the loose ball for Halifax. You Got 2 rush players on him. Haase comes in to help out. Luke Magnan is in there too. A good battle. It's going to be the rush though, getting this one. And then they give it away. So all that work, and they just give it up. And Smith ends up with it in his stick. 9-4. Halifax out in front. Dawson Thede. There's the pass. Peterson. Austin Shanks. Watch very closely right there by McClellan. Thede with it. Looks, shoots. Didn't come out of his stick the way he hoped. It went a little wide and high. And the rush up the other way.
I think this is something Saskatchewan's going to want to try to do. Push the tempo a little more. Get your athletes on the back end engaged. Try to score a couple of goals in transition. Spark your offense.
Robert Church with a pass. Comes over to the far side. Greniuk. And it's a ball and a body in the crease, and it's Warren Hill to scoop it up. Bounces it ahead to Tyson Bell. And Bell. Little fake, hangs on to it. Now he moves it in a little deeper. And Halifax goes on the offense. Moved in, Bo Hunter. He rolls to the top. Look for the pass, nothing there. Peterson has it. Peterson with the pass and a shot, a bouncer by Kirst. There's a wicked attempt. Here's a shot, Benesh denied. Rushka with a save.
That's a great save from Rushka, probably his best of the game so far, and we'll see what Saskatchewan's able to do here.
Trying to grab it, Boudreau couldn't quite reach it.
Again, I know I'm kind of going against what I said here, Pete, that I'd like to see the Rush try to move the ball up the floor a little more and create some offense. That's an errant pass there. Don't love the decision.
Thunderbirds with 18 on the shot clock. Jamieson wants to shoot, and there's the shot right on goal. And Grushko with the save, moves it up the floor, and that's going to be another opportunity for Halifax to potentially get it, but the Rush will get control of it here. Lots of time on the clock.
Pete, Halifax dodged a bullet. 4 purple shirts deep in their own or offensive end. Could have been really bad.
Church looks, shoots, and a save. Warren Hill. Going to play it simple this time, just kind of bounce it ahead. And it's going to be Graham Haase, native of Port Perry, Ontario. He's got room to shoot, and a nice stop again. Barishka. And now Benesh. Ryan Benesh scored the first 2 goals in this one. Kirst in deep. And the pass comes up off. There, and Peterson missing the mark, and he's very slow to get up and behind the play. In the meantime, it's a 3-on-2 rush and a shot, and Hill with a save. Rebound coming out. Play whistle down. Halifax ball.
Maybe the goaltenders and defense are settling in a little bit here, Pete. 13 goals in the first quarter, nothing so far in the second frame.
Things have slowed down a little bit. We're on pace there for maybe a record score that we haven't seen in a while, but
I think the over-betters are feeling a little bit better,
yeah,
but could say that for sure.
Lots of lacrosse left here, not only here in Halifax, but going out to Vancouver later on tonight. There's a chance, and Warren Hill taking right into the net. That's going to draw a crowd in that purple crease. It's like a yard sale in there. Everyone's joining in.
Take a look here, what happens a little behind the back. Great play by Keenan. Runs right into the goaltender, and that's where you see a swarm of purple shirts come in to make sure they get off Warren Hill. We saw a goaltender interference call already. Nothing happening there. I know Jake Withers was calling it. Looked like Mark Ardonio said he was pushed into the net. Keenan, that's why he's not going to sit down for 2.
Yeah, Ryan Keenan, not that type of player for sure. Bo Hunter in behind the goal. And the Thunderbirds will work it from there. Up by 5. Here's Colton Armstrong. Armstrong Over for Theed. Dawson Theed with it. Cole Hunter. And Theed couldn't really get a good shot away. He unloaded it. Under 10 to go here in the first half, and it's been all Halifax somewhat, but the Rush mounting a little bit of a comeback. You're watching the NLL on TSN.
Let's jump into it and take a quick look at what some of your favorite players have been doing this offseason. Jake Withers got to end last season on a high note with the birth of his beautiful baby girl. He gets to head into this season knowing that he was just voted #1 faceoff specialist from across the entire league. The love for Banditland is real on Dean Smith's Instagram. You can tell that he truly loves being a part of the team and the community, as well as the fan base that backs them up all year round. Dane Smith stayed winning this offseason, securing himself a beautiful fiance and her own ring to celebrate with. Join the conversation. Use hashtag NLL on TSN. This is Kylie Rochelle, and you've been tagged.
All right, yeah, get on there and get active while you're watching the games all this season. Give Patty Gregoire a follow on Twitter. Lots of conversation going on. 9-4, Halifax out in front, the Rush with the ball. And it's played by Patrick Dodds to the far side. Here's a chance to get it down low. Dodds with a nice pass out front. Church just couldn't handle it. He had Tyson Bell kind of to deal with there, Patty.
Great job by Tyson Bell. He initially gets beat on the two-man game. Instead, gets that stick, clamps down, and avoids that pass getting through. Really heads up play. Bell has been on fire here tonight early on. Really like his game so far.
Kirst to Jamieson. Cody Jamieson. Nice pass over and trying to scoop up the loose ball is Kirst, and a good chance there. Saskatchewan with the ball looking for the first goal off this quarter. Here's Jay, shoots, and that goes wide. Up over center. This is going to be Hasek trying to find Colton Armstrong. Now Austin Shanks with it. Shanks to Hasek. Little bouncer. He's played by Clark Peterson. 1 point away from 200 on his career. Feed with it. He's got one tonight. Shanks shoots at a bit of a tough angle for him, being a righty there, but still got a decent shot away, but a little bit off the mark. Peterson looked to get it back, could not, and some good D by the Rush. Nice fake, and they'll move it up the floor.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. exclusive articles and tools, top leagues and tournaments, best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus, live sports.
To one of the top transition players as voted by the NLL GMs.
Here's a look and a shot and a save. Welcome back to Halifax as we got a look here. Shot, they score the rush in transition. And Halifax, while we were out, had also scored, so that makes it a 10-5 lacrosse game. We apologize for some transmission issues, but 2 back-to-back goals, Pat.
This one's in transition. It starts with a great jump. Look at Jared Smith. He comes in for the slide and then tracks down the loose ball. Sees a little pressure from Bell, throws that twister. You love when the defenders get in on the action. One of the only players in the National Lacrosse League from the province of Manitoba. The other one, Luke Magnan on the other side of the floor for the Thunderbirds.
Head-to-head here tonight, though they don't interact a whole lot on the floor. Here's Withers on the draw. He's got 2 goals already tonight. Withers with a hat trick. He does it. Jake Withers responds with his 3rd of the night.
Jake Withers, are you kidding me? A first half hat trick for the pride of Peterborough, Ontario. Pick and pop, takes it himself. And Saskatchewan has to know, we got to slide to this guy early. They don't, and he makes him pay for the 3rd time. White shirts draped all over him. And a little chirp to boot in the face of Rushka. Jake Withers is feeling himself tonight.
With time for more, too. Still 5 and change left in the first half. Withers, again, no shocker there, wins the draw, gets it to Tyson Bell.
Saskatchewan has to make adjustments. They cannot allow Withers to continue to create offense. I don't even care if you put 4 defenders back. It just simply can't happen.
Kirst with a shot. His first pro lacrosse game here in the NLL. Rush will get the ball back and they'll head down the floor as Warren Hill gets ready. Try and chip away at this deficit before the half. Here's Robert Church. And Church in behind the goal. There's the pass, the give and go. Then he loses his lid and there's a penalty coming up as Graham Hossack was right there. Tempers flaring and things getting heated here in downtown Halifax.
Robert Church takes a healthy bump, but we get the extracurriculars after Pete. I think it's Luke Magnan tied up there with Keenan. Smith having a conversation with crew chief Mark Nardonio. We'll see the initial hit. Here comes Mans around, great job. And oh yeah, that is a clear cross check right to the face. Now we might have a new rule in place here tonight. The first time we'll see it, if we see Mark Nardonio go inside the booth. Major penalties. So majors are automatically reviewable, as we see the 5 there. So Mark Nardonio is going to take a look at this. It's going to be a quick review. He's going to see, I don't see any way where they do overrule this, but if a 5 is called, Pete, it can be downgraded to a 2. and it could also then be completely rescinded. This is obviously for player protection and also to ensure that we don't get a 5-minute call that probably shouldn't have been, similar to a situation we saw in the playoffs last year with Challen Rogers. He gets a 5. So this is a great initiative, one of the great rule changes that we've seen from the National Lacrosse League. As you can see, Mark Gardonio there, the crew chief, veteran of this game. We'll get a look right here. And this is the cross check right there. And I do know Robert Church certainly goes down. He gets pushed on the back. So the intent, I do not believe, was that Smith is trying to cross check him in the face. But with that being said, anytime there's hard contact like that in the face, in the cage, in the helmet, the officials are going to call it. Although they're really breaking this down, making sure they get the call right.
Well, Hossack had so much force on the back of Church. I don't think Smith was quite ready that quickly for him to arrive in his space.
Mark Gardonio getting ready to flip his microphone on and explain the decision to the Nest here tonight. Not quite yet, but Cody Jamieson was having a word with him to try to sway his decision. See, the captain always having
Jamieson is good at that.
Oh yes, I mean he knows the rule book as good as some of these officials do. He really knows the game.
5 minutes illegal cross check. As the rule on the replay, the call is upheld.
All right.
There you go. Mark Gardonio explaining it there. The call is upheld. This is a huge opportunity for the Rush to get back in this game. 3 for 4 previously as we're getting something blown down here. Sorry, my apologies. 3 for 5 still. In that first quarter, really the only offense they were able to muster up was when they were on that man advantage. We'll see if they can do the same here, Pete.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity, a possible turning point here for the Rush. I think they'll be patient here. Everyone getting a touch. Church to the top. Mans over to the far shooter. Fake to the near side. And they'll get the ball back. Lots of time on the clock. Church. Shot in a nice save, Warren Hill. Old school, stopped by Hill. And Jake Weathers doing his best to get that ball back. In comes Tyson Bell, but Church will get it. And he'll find Dodds. Church shoots off the gear of Hill, up and in a play. Reset here for the Rush. Full 30 for Saskatchewan. Getting into the later stages now of the first half. And we got Zach Mans. Mans gonna quarterback this power play. The Church comes in, shoots, and he scores. Does Hill have it? No, it does not cross the line. Warren Hill makes the save.
Again, Saskatchewan electing not to try any sort of off-ball movement. They just spin it around until they see a lane. Halifax got to recognize you've got to at least put a little bit of pressure. I know you're a man down, but you can't just let Robert Church have a lane like that.
Messenger with the ball for the Rush. On this 5-minute power play, Dodds to Mans. Mans will get it back here a couple times, I would think, before they make a play. Church to Mans, back to Church. Mans taking a peek. Church down to the far crease and trying to quick stick it was Walter. Walter gets the ball back. Shot there, fired wide by Dodds. Another shot, a bouncer this time. That's off the mark, and Halifax will get it back.
I know they don't get a shot there, but that ball movement, we saw a little bit of a wheel, backside look to Walter. He's got to catch that and put it in the back of the net. That's the best power play look that they've had with a set piece so far.
Clark Peterson with it. The Birds just slowing it down here a little bit. Killing off some time before taking a shot. There'll be 3 minutes left, just under 3 left if the Rush get the ball back now to work here on the man advantage.
About a 10-second difference between play clock and the power play for Saskatchewan.
2.5 to go in the half. Robert Church playing catch here. To the top, bands across. Loose ball in the corner. Comes back towards the crease. And Halifax will get it back.
Great slide by Magnan. That's what I'm talking about. They need some movement, need some rotation. And it comes right there from one of the most headsy players on this Halifax team in Magnan.
Kirsten there trying to get that loose ball. Tyson Bell with it. Bell right in front of his own bench. Does a nice job to get it back here to Cole Kirst. He's going to be double teamed. Will he be able to squeeze through? No. But he does find some time and space. Takes a shot at the buzzer of the shot clock. And Briscoe will play it as the Rush make their way in. Robert Church. Zach Mans. Nice backhand pass. Shot coming. Warren Hill with the save. Pops it ahead. One bouncer. And it's played by Terefenko. Ryan Terefenko from way out. Thought about it for a second. Thought maybe that won't go over too well if I give it away that early. Now it's Dawson Feed. Feed behind the goal. He'll find some room. Now he goes back. Feed comes back on his strong side. Triple team, Dawson Feed. And the ball eventually pops loose with a minute to go here in the half. Messinger with it. And he gets it here to Dodds. So far, so good for this Halifax penalty kill. Church, he's at the top now. Changing things up a little bit. Church comes in, shoots. Good heavy shot, but wide of the goal. And Halifax does a good job of forcing Dodds over center.
Tremendous pressure from Withers and Armstrong. Those two have just been all over the floor, relentless. A good risk there on the man advantage, recognizing ball's getting close to going over half. Push and over and back.
Oh, Halifax may be looking for one more, but I'm sure they'll be pleased just with an 11-5 lead going into halftime. Shanks with it, one hand on his stick, takes the shot, goes wide, and there's 6 seconds left, and the play whistled down. Timeout, I would think, called here. And this is huge. Halifax 16 seconds away, Pat, from killing off a 5-minute major.
Killing off a 5-minute major is, it's crazy to say this. I'd love to see the numbers. Almost next to impossible with how good these forwards are. The coaches implementing their man advantage. We've got a timeout from Saskatchewan as they wanted to obviously chalk something up. They'll have about 6-7 seconds left on the clock. We'll have to wait and look. That's enough for them to get something going. But going back to Halifax, if you can hold on here and kill off an entire 5, it doesn't matter. As you can see, Andrew Suter, the new defensive coordinator there, giving out his instruction to his group. Getting set, get hands out, get your stick, block down pressure.
So Andrew Suter admitted he's a little nervous his first game behind the bench. A little different than putting the gear on, but in his element right there for sure.
Yeah, of course, Halifax without Billy D. Smith, the former D coordinator, but then you go and get one of the other toughest players to ever play the game. But Suter also had a lot of smarts to his game. Such a smart player. Could get up and this is a guy who won Transition Player of the Year. Keep in mind here quickly, Pete, empty net, they're going for the extra attacker.
Well, here we go, final play of the half. Rush looking for one here. Loose ball, Tyson Bell to the empty net, scores, but is it in time? No, they say no. That was close.
I think that's the right call, and by Tyson Bell's reaction, I think this one is obviously not going to stand.
Yeah, he's not too worried about it, but he hit the mark just half a second late, Patty.
If you look at Halifax from offense, defense, goaltending, they've been so sound. The one thing they got to tighten up, more discipline, because Saskatchewan's power play has been potent until that 5-minute man advantage.
A ton of offense, 16 goals after the first half. We'll be back with your halftime report. You're watching the NLL on TSN. Welcome back to Halifax. Let's join once again Ashley Dockey.
Mike, down 6, but a second quarter that felt much more settled than the first. What's the message heading into the second half?
Just got to stay composed. We're a young team. We're going to push hard here in the second half, and just got to work it as a unit. We'll be better.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you, Ashley, as we get sets here for the second half. 11-5, the rush down. Pat, what do they have to do here? Pretty obvious. They got to score more goals and keep Halifax off the board, but how do they do that?
I think it's, one, if you look at what they need to do offensively, we're seeing them score in the man advantage. They got to find a way to generate offense 5-on-5 in settled situations. Try to get a little bit of a two-man game going. Get the ball to the guys that again, the veterans. We know, obviously, they want to get the new guys involved, get that chemistry going, but Robert Church, 50-plus goal scorer in this league. Ryan Keenan, 70-plus points last year. Those guys are going to have to lift this offense. But defensively, again, I said it last period, or last quarter, I should say, the transition offense has to wake up. We saw Smith score a goal. We'll see if they can get going again.
They did have 10 seconds left in a power play. They're only going to have a couple here once they get control of the ball. And Smith comes out of the box, and Halifax kills off the 5-minute major.
Massive, massive. We'll see, though, Saskatchewan can start on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Here's the captain, it's Keenan to the far side, comes back here towards the top, rolling, trying to get a shot away, a little backhand pass. 5 seconds on the shot clock. It's now or never to get a shot away. They're not going to, and Halifax will get the ball back.
Perfect execution on defense. We have the backside help, a couple of great checks, and good physical play from Armstrong. Not too much, though, where we saw he got that holding penalty in the first quarter.
Shanks moves it over, shot and a save. Briscoe making the stop, long pass ahead, trying to get it under control. Shot, Ward Hill with a stop there. What a chance denied, Ryan Barnable. Barnable with a great opportunity to give the Rush a little something to build off of. But Warren Hill standing tall. Here's Colton Armstrong. His Army's Army making their way to Halifax for this one. Kirst with it to Ryan Benesh. Benesh, who scored the game's first 2 goals. Looking for it. Peterson sneaks in. He'll scoop up the ball off the carpet. 4 seconds on the shot clock, trying to get a shot away. Took a bit of a high stick. And the Rush getting the ball back. Again, a chance to score the first one here of the quarter. Garland moves it in. And the Rush need one here to try and mount a comeback here tonight, although there is still plenty of time, but often you give Halifax 11, it's enough. Lots of lacrosse still to go. And the 30-second shot clock comes to an end, and again, it's Halifax ball. Graham Hossick picks up, is it a shoe that he wears, Pat? What are those things? Flippers?
I don't know. They definitely don't score a lot of swag points, but I don't think that guy cares all too much about that.
Here's a roll, nothing there. Shanks hangs on to it. Austin Shanks. Now it's going to be a shot coming, and a good chance there by Cole Kirst, but Briscoe with a stop. Saskatchewan native back between the pipes. Came in briefly to replace Chiliano, and then not too long afterwards went back in again. Rush with a shot. That was blocked. I don't think Hill made that save.
Oh, Jake Withers.
Withers is doing it all tonight. Vito coming in. Tarafenko. They'll get hustle off and get to the bench. Clark Peterson for Cody Jamieson. Activated just today and good to go. Feed. One-handed pass out front. They score. What a beauty. What a goal right there. Ryan Benesh with another one. Wowzers.
Hey Siri, show me the two-man game run to perfection. Look at this. Benesh comes in, fakes the pick. Great job, picks up the loose ball. We actually saw Theed try this a little bit earlier, and Benesh didn't go to the middle. This time they probably talked on the bench, hey, I'm gonna try that flip pass. This time Benesh makes no mistake, crashes the net, picks up the ball, puts it in the back of the net for his third of the game.
It's early, but maybe a pass of the year so far right there by Dawson Theed to Ryan Benesh.
Halifax's 12th goal, scored by number 17.
A few hat tricks here tonight. Peterson, he's got one. Withers got one. Benesh having a night. So Benesh with 3 now. Mo Hunter with a chance. He gets knocked down. A penalty coming up. And a shot by Peterson. And Halifax will go on the power play.
Believe it or not, the first time the Thunderbirds gonna get an opportunity at the man advantage. Josh Hiltz down to the floor, gonna let us know why Adam Jay is gonna sit down for 2 or less.
Yeah, 12 goals, and none of them on the power play.
Calling number 47, 2 minutes.
Get
Adam Jay in the box.
Illegal cross check to Bo Hunter. That's one thing of his game I've seen a lot in the first half and even coming into the second half. He's crashing the net. He's getting loose balls. He's not just being a spot-up shooter.
Benesh down to the crease up front and a save. Big stop. Huska getting in front of that one, and now in transition, short-handed. Boudreau coming in, shoots, and what's the call here? Penalty call. Warren Hill with a stop. I didn't know whether it trickled in or not.
And
that was quick power play.
First man advantage is cut pretty quickly as Clark Peterson can't believe it. Josh Hiltz disagrees. We'll let him explain himself, Pete.
Number 24, 2 minutes holding.
So a little 4-on-4 lacrosse as Mike Kersey looks on, and what a chance here.
Boudreau uses that big frame, and yeah, anytime, you know, whenever I coach, I tell my kids, as soon as you take your hand off that stick and use the free hand, officials are gonna call that 9 times out of 10.
Rush with it, Keenan. Withers loses his stick, here's a chance, oh! The crease dive by Mans, and he just put it up a bit high as he had a good look right out in front of Warren Hill. Thunderbirds up the other way. Terefenko shooting the old hidden ball trick, and at the right place at the right time was Hruska. I don't think he knew Terefenko had the ball.
No, he was looking the complete different way. He just so happened to hit his spoon. He got lucky there.
Here's Walter. Passes it over, wants it back, he won't get it. Some good D by the Thunderbirds. Now he tries to grab it. Walter looking for it. Armstrong in there. And we have under 10 to go. Let's take another peek before we go to break with a beauty pass by Dawson Theed. You're watching the NLL on TSN. Well, a big announcement yesterday, Pat. How about this? The National Lacrosse League teaming up with Marvel. This is going to be fun.
Massive news for comic book fans, lacrosse fans alike. A great way to partner with not just a iconic brand in Marvel, but a unique way to tell the story of the game of lacrosse, the creator's game, and the roots it has tied to the indigenous peoples. An absolutely outstanding initiative by the NLL and Marvel.
Every team will have one of their players on their own comic book. It's going to be fantastic. I'm a big Spider-Man guy. I don't know about yourself. I'm old school.
If I'm looking here, you got to think Hulk for the Rush and Thor for the Thunderbirds. I mean, they have the mascots already.
Yeah, exactly. They're good to go. Here's a little dunk opportunity, and Hruska with the stop. 12-5, Halifax out in front of this one on opening night. Garland with a pass, fake, shot, big stop, Warren Hill. We're calling this the next major league, and Warren Hill is major league for sure between the pipes tonight for the Thunderbirds.
Uncharacteristic turnover by Hossack, not recognizing it. Adam J draped all over his back, rolls away from pressure, so he thinks, instead goes right into his man, gets stripped.
Rush on a brief power play here. They're not going to have much time here before Peterson gets out of the box. Now he does come out. Keenan shooting, blocked by Withers, rebound. Oh, that was another dandy by Warren Hill, one of his best of the night perhaps. Good reset though for Saskatchewan. They get the full 30.
And massive job by Walter to get that loose ball. Hasn't been able to get anything on the scoreboard yet as he takes a hard penalty to the face.
Tyson Bell will go to the box. Second trip in there tonight. Hopefully he's all right. There's Tyson Bell, the St. Catharines, Ontario native, and another season here in Halifax after a good run out in Calgary with the Roughnecks. A fan favorite there and a fan favorite here too, but getting the stick up a bit high and an extra little whack there.
Yeah, we see just getting a bit too high. It's not the direct contact that we saw with Trevor Smith that initiated that 5. And of course, because it's not a 5 on the floor, it can't be reviewed. Mind you, it could be reviewed later on in the week or with the officials' call. I don't think so. I think that's the right call with just the high stick.
Well, the rush on the man advantage, a bounce shot, and Hill stays with it, ends up in his right pad. And the Thunderbirds getting the ball back shorthanded. And it's going to be Jake Withers. Withers up to Terefenko. His former roommate, now he's got Johnny Pearson living with him back in Peterborough, Ontario. Kirst coming in, cradling the ball with one hand. Takes it to the far side, a bounce shot, and that goes wide of the goal, and Saskatchewan getting the ball back with 7:40 go. Third quarter action, opening night here. Nice crowd on hand here in Halifax. The home of the best donair you'll ever find, for sure. Donairs and the Trailer Park Boys, among other great things coming out of Nova Scotia. As the ball played, a quick stick by Keenan. Blocked. And here comes Halifax, Luke Magna. He's going to decide just to play it safe and just sort of with a big lead. Make the smart play, feed. And for Peterson. Clark Peterson gets past one check. That was Messenger still with it. Peterson to the goal, shoots. Oh, looking for his fourth. 25 to go in the rush power play, and they'll get the ball back as we take a look at Clark Peterson having himself a nice opening night tonight.
Yeah, 6 points already. He had 6 points last time these two met. Little Brampton Excelsior's on Excelsior's crime as he shatters the ankles of Jake Boudreau.
Keenan shoots. That goes wide, may have hit a stick. And Halifax with the ball. It's going to be Colton Armstrong. Armstrong, who got married in the offseason, so he's a married man now. He's got the ball into the corner. He'll get it for Austin Shanks. Shanks to the far side. Benesh with it. Benesh passes it. Armstrong shoots. A hard shot up high. Lishka with the stop. And here comes Cody Jamieson. Jamieson to Shanks. Penalty coming up against the rush. And it's going to be Halifax going on the power play. In the meantime, they continue battle for the ball down in the corner as we get a real good look there from the corner cam. And finally the play is whistled down.
Bobby Kidd's not going to get credited with a caused turnover here, but he makes short work of Austin Shanks. Quick pop, a slash right down on his stick, and the ball came flying. Kidd showing off why he's such a promising young defender in the National Lacrosse League. Speaking of young, talented defenders on this team, Connor McClelland, a steady stay-at-home defender, going to sit down for 2 minutes. He's squinting up at the board. He can't believe it. Doesn't agree with the call, to say the least. But maybe this is the opportunity that the Thunderbirds will get a little bit of a longer chance for their man advantage to get going.
Didn't have a lot of time last time before they took one of their own. Austin Shanks, Peterson, over to Jamieson. He shoots over the top. Bouncer goes wide, and the loose ball taken here by Benesh. There's a heavy shot, but blocked. And Jamieson gets it back. Benesh in behind the goal, and a little dunk opportunity denied was Peterson. In transition, Messenger comes in. Bit of a backhanded twister sort of deal, and he couldn't quite get it on goal. He didn't have many options there.
No, that's because of the back check from the veteran, Ryan Benesh. First man back, able to break that one up. Love seeing that from your veterans.
Shanks looks for Jamieson, the captain here in Halifax. Down to the crease. Shanks looking, backhand pass, intercepted. And now it's an opportunity for the Rush to score one shorthanded. Nice pass, backhand, off the crossbar. What a chance, Bartable, and then they come back and then they bury one. A shorthanded marker by the Rush.
Get the ball, it's Isaac Enju's first National Lacrosse League goal. And it's an absolute beauty, robbed from a highlight reel. Look at this little flip behind the back from Bartable. But great heads-up play for Enju to pick up the loose ball. See, look how quickly the ball's in and out of his stick. Ball comes here, doesn't waste any time, tries to wind it up. Instead, just pushes it. Recognize Warren Hill is not set in his cage. Very heads-up play. A short-handed marker for your first NL goal. Not too bad if you ask me.
First of many, I think, Pat, for him. And he'll remember that one for a long time. Here's Withers, passes it off. Shot, they score! Dawson Theed from Jake Withers. Theed having a night here tonight, too. Watch the pass here from Withers.
Withers, public enemy #1 in Saskatchewan right now. This is what's happened now. Now they're giving Withers so much attention, it opens up a direct lane for Theed to uncork a cannonade bouncer through the legs. The big boy is having a great night tonight.
Yes, he is, and you're right. I mean, now they're expecting Withers to go right to the net, as he's done 3 times tonight, and such a dangerous option now to dish it off, as you said, Pat.
Jake Withers has beachfront real estate in the heads of the defenders of Saskatchewan right now.
Shanks moves it over, comes across. Clark Peterson scores! Another one for 24. And they are heaving away in Halifax.
I know this one's not directly off the face-off, but possession's one. Look, they don't even have a full settled offense yet, but Clark Peterson, these are the shots that we weren't seeing him take last year. Always feed first, trying to find the other players on the floor. He's so cerebral, he's so smart. He's always thinking one pass ahead. He simplified his game. He sees a lane, uses his defender as a screen, and blasts that home.
Halifax's 13th goal, scored by number
Yeah, Micah Kersey, as we talked about, talked to us earlier in the week about how he wants him to shoot more, that his scoring percentage is high, his shooting percentage, well, it's real high tonight. Here's Jamieson. Austin Shanks with it. And Shanks over to Jamieson, back to Shanks. Down low, quick stick by Benesh, picks up his own loose ball, shoots, oh, good stop. Rebound. And it's controlled by Kirst. Full 30, a reset on the shot clock for the Thunderbirds. Loose ball. Kirst comes in to play it. Quickly gets it over to Benesh, out in front. And Jamieson was looking for Kirst shooting. Let's go with a stop. With 3 to go in the third. Rush down the other way. Barnable takes a look, hangs on to it for now. Now he gets it here to Zach Mans. Jamison back to play it here. Quickly ahead to Colton Armstrong. And Armstrong coming in. There's the pass. And he'll get it to Brent Vito. Vito with it. Over to Kirst. Armstrong with it. Colton Armstrong drops it. Kirst couldn't get it. And we have a whistle and a timeout. 2:25 to go in the third. A 7-point night going for Clark Peterson. As we take a look right here on TSN. Well, they call him the King of the Hill here in Halifax, Pat, and he has lived up to that title here tonight.
The King has returned, as they say, and he's been solid, stout in between the pipes. And talking to Mike McCursey earlier this week, he said Warren Hill's going to have to get back to kind of what we saw in the COVID half season. He was electric. You could argue he was their MVP. He has made countless big stops. In all alone, big save after big save. And when he's making those big stops, the defense just has so much more confidence. They're not afraid to cheat out a little more. They're not afraid to take a little more risks. And if Warren Hill, I know it's just game one, I know we're not even out of the third quarter here, but if he can play like this, man, Halifax is going to be a tough out.
Saskatchewan with the ball. And a situation, they're going to pull the goaltender here for just a second or two.
And trying to sneak play doesn't work.
Shot from way out by Keenan. No worries there from Warren Hill. He sees it all the way. Opening nights here. Halifax and Saskatchewan starting things off. It's going to be a great opening weekend. NLL face-off weekend is always one of the best. Here is Austin Shanks with it. Shanks. Jamison shooting. That goes up and over the goal. Jamison's going to have to hustle back and play a little D here. Barnable comes in. He's got some room. Shooting. And Warren Hill down. And again, a round of applause here from the Thunderbirds faithful for one of their fan favorites. Here comes Peterson. Clark Peterson into the far corner. Feed with it. Feed looking for another one-handed pass, perhaps. Over here to Shanks. Austin Shanks has a little room. Drops it. Shot. And Peterson just missed. Went off the net, so a reset for Halifax. And Peterson just going to slow things down here a little bit. As he gets it over to the far side for Benesh. Now rolling towards the top, Bo Hunter. Peterson rolls off a check, tried to go low. That is stopped and played here by Saskatchewan. Too much time to pull the goalie. Halifax, well, they're going to anyway here. Let's see what becomes of that. Keenan. Mans has to get rid of it quickly. Had Magnan coming right at him. Down a little further. Keenan with it. Across. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Intercepted. Terefenko didn't know whether the net was empty or not. Takes the ball. Terefenko, couple moves, and just hangs on to it here. Kirst up towards the top. Terefenko will just eat up the rest of the quarter, Pat.
Yeah, killer instinct from Halifax. They're starting to smell blood. Clark Peterson, a 7-point effort. Of course, Warren Hill, the backbone of this defense, has been stout.
Fourth quarter is coming up next with the Thunderbirds leading 14-6 from Halifax on TSN. 14-6, Thunderbirds leading this one as we go down and once again check in with Ashley Docking.
The reality is Rome wasn't built in a day, and team chemistry and finding a vibe that works for a new group takes time. Talking to newly minted captain Ryan Keenan, he said their group had limited time. They opened training camp on November 3rd. It's been a month to the day today, so that's only 4 weeks to get to know each other. He said the team did do some bonding their last week in Saskville. They went curling. Keenan said, listen, we had a lot of good experiences, a lot of team bonding, not a lot of good curlers though. I asked him if he was good. He said, I was good. He was very certain about it. He said, I'm not gonna lie. We did have some struggles though. A couple people looking like they were gonna tip over at any given time.
All right, thank you, Ashley. I think I saw GM Derek Keenan in there. He looked the most natural of any of them. Maybe he did some curling back in the day, but certainly no Sandra Smirlers out there as well. One of the best that Saskatchewan ever produced on the curling ice.
Their motto is push the pace. It should be hurry hard.
Yeah, well,
out the back door.
They got to hurry hard here for sure, Pat, with some goals in the fourth quarter. There's no question about that. Here's Dodds. Dodds with a whistle shoots anyway, and Tyson Bell didn't like that too much. Let him know a little bit. As the Birds get the ball back. Tyson Bell moving it in, heads to the bench, and the offense comes out to set up here. Cole Kirst. And Kirst, here's Benesh. Benesh, maybe moving pick there. Ball up the other way in transition. Oh, look, the shot, they score. The Rush starting this quarter off in style. They needed that one, and another one, Patty, for Enju.
Enju with his second of the game, second of the season, second of his career. Great loose ball pickup from Bell. And a couple of new faces on this team. Bell signed in the offseason. Enju only playing a couple of games with this group last year. That's that new blood. That's that fast speed and athleticism that Coach Jimmy Quinlan wants to see. Maybe that could spark a bit of a comeback here for the Rush.
One of the best games ever played here in Halifax was in season 1, where the Thunderbirds were down by about 7 or 8 and mounted a huge comeback, only to lose in overtime. Maybe the Rush can do the same here tonight if they can get on a roll. It's a 14-7 lacrosse game. Couple times tonight, they have responded quickly, and they do it again. Clark Peterson. Are you serious, Clark? Another one for Peterson. What a night.
8 points for number 24. When Coach Mike Kersey said, hey, Clark, we need you to shoot more, I don't know if he meant this much, but good thing he's taken the advice of his head coach, because it's working, and it's the same thing every time. Down pick, look at the double pick there, frees up so much time and space, and Peterson, such a headsy player, uses the defender and the screen to screen the goalie, takes the shot.
Another win here by Jake Withers. Withers deciding, just going to slow it down a little bit. I'm not going to drive to the net this time. And here is Cody Jamieson. Jamieson's got some room. What a move. Shoots, he scores. The captain is on the board. And that is a big one, Pat, for Cody Jamieson.
Point number 900 for one of the game's most deadly sharp shooters. And this is just vintage Cody Jamieson. Stops on a diamond. Look at that release. His patented twister puts Lane Rushka in a mental pretzel. He has no idea where this ball's going. Fights through a couple of hard checks to boot before that and cashes in. What a moment. Point number 900 for Cody Jamieson.
And one that no one has to embellish. That was a beauty by Cody Jamieson. For number 900 points-wise for the captain here in Halifax. 16-7 now. Thunderbirds with it. Kirst shoots, he scores! That's the first for Kirst. keep that ball.
Kirst was doing absolutely everything to try to find his first NLL goal. And he finally gets rewarded for his hard work. 8 shots on goal, and it finally sinks for Kirst. This is why the Thunderbirds went out, drafted him a couple of seasons ago. It's the athleticism, it's his big body. Puts his defender in a blender and rips that shot home. What a moment. We see one future Hall of Famer get his big moment with number 900, and then just a few moments later, a first goal for a young American-born player.
Only 899 back of Jameson, but he'll chip away at that. And he's such a bigger-than-life character, too. We had a chance to meet him yesterday, one of the first to greet us here, and he is just so excited to be part of the National Lacrosse League.
Well, he studied broadcasting when he was away at school, and he still has a long career ahead of him, but he could be up here in the booth when all is said and done. And as we were having a conversation there, Pete, look down the other end, it's Frank Scigliano in between the pipes. He's back in now.
Scigliano back. Started the game, came out, went back in, out, and then back again. We'll finish this one up here tonight. Here's Dawson Feed. Feed rolls off a check. Feed to the crease, one-handed pass for Benesh, and he just couldn't get the shot away after a nice setup. Just announcing the goal by Cole Kirst, and he gets a nice big round of applause here from the Halifax fans. Church bounces it over. He wants it back. Tries to get open. In the meantime, it comes back to the top. Keenan with it. Keenan for Zach Mans. Here's a chance. Oh, Warren Hill, spectacular save after a solid effort by Walter, but he couldn't beat Warren Hill.
That's just been the story for this Rush offense. Anytime they get any sort of momentum, a great scoring opportunity, Warren Hill has been there to shut the door. What a game so far for the Pride of Six Nations.
Cody Jamieson passes it over to the near side. Bo Hunter shot. Peterson stopped by Scigliano. Scigliano's surfing last year, not so much in Saskatchewan this year. Here's a chance. Look, and that goes high. Keenan, another opportunity. He said he traded in his sandals for snow boots, but happy to be in Saskatchewan. Here's Wilson. Wilson calling Halifax home here, lives in Market. Here's the bouncer over to the far side. Clark Peterson looks for Shanks. Feed with it. Feed, underhand attempt, and that got blocked. And the Rush gets the ball back. Holden Garland gets it up to Messenger. Decides not to take the shot. Out in front. Church, couple fakes, scores. Beauty fake by Church. He buries it past Hill. Robert Church with another one here tonight.
Well, Pete, we know there's going to be some growing pains with this offense, but somebody who can help alleviate some of those aches and pains on offense is Robert Church, and the coaching staff of the Thunderbirds not going to like that. You cannot leave Robert Church, one of the most deadly goal scorers in the game today, all alone on the crease.
Couple beauty fakes by Church. You talked about some of the guys that have had great sort of games against Halifax. He's one of them as well, man. He's in the past racked up the points against the Thunderbirds.
4 points for him, 3 goals.
So just over 10 to go here in the fourth. And Withers wins the draw, and Halifax will start out again. Bo Hunter looking to scoop it up. Jane gets to it first. Bo Hunter gets it back though. Bo Hunter shoots. Oh, from way out. And hard shot, but wide of the goal, and the rush coming in towards Warren Hill. Messenger coming in, shoots, oh! Good opportunity, a reset here for the Rush. And they'll take their time, get everyone into position. Keenan starts the play, sets a little pick and creates a little room. Church over to the far side, swim move, there's a shot, and playing some tough D out in front was big Johnny Pearson. Good grab by Hasek. And Hasek heads off the floor. Looks like he changed his shoes or whatever he wears there. He's after losing one earlier in the first half. Graham Hasek. Here's Shanks. Shanks shooting, and there's penalty coming up. Another shot there by Jamieson. Not a stop by Chiliano. Jamieson picks up his loose ball. There goes Warren Hill. He heads to the bench. And Halifax setting out an extra man. Here's Shanks with it. Kind of whiffed on his quick stick. Jamieson, Benesh swings it over. Comes over for feed, but intercepted with 8:31 to go in the fourth. It's a 17-8 Halifax lead. Warren Hill gets a drink. He deserves it after a big save right here. You're watching the NLL on TSN. It is time for the turning point of the game. What do you got for us, Pat?
It's quick strike offense for the Thunderbirds early on. It was a 7-1 lead, 3 consecutive goals in less than a minute. We saw Peterson score, then Withers one of his 3 off the draw. And then Peterson getting involved in the transition, going out the back end and blasts home a shot on the run. Saskatchewan's had a couple of clawbacks, but that one right there, that really changed the momentum of the game.
Turning point of the game brought to you by NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything. Bo Hunter with it at the top, backhand flip pass, shot got blocked. Tracking the ball down, Cole Curse with it. Peterson playing the top of the power play. Bo Hunter for Peterson, back to Bo Hunter. Peterson slides over, backhand pass to the top. Bo Hunter, Peterson shooting, and a stop by Chiliano. Rebound taken here by the Rush. Pass ahead, a good look, big shot, they score! A short-handed goal by Zach Mans.
Zach Mans' East Coast domination continues. Big save in one end, transition down the other. Mans takes flight, and that's a gorgeous goal from the Victoria boy. Zach Mans takes a little jump shot through the legs. I know he was a pretty good basketball player in his day. Maybe that's where the height comes from. That's career point number 100 for Zach Mans. 40 points now against the Thunderbirds. I'm not a numbers guy, but I think that's close to half.
That's a good chunk. Yeah, and some good footwork by Zach Mans. He's going to be a favorite in Rush territory for sure. Here's Benesh. Benesh to the top. Flip pass by Peterson. Shot Chiliano with the save. And the Rush again. Still short-handed, looking for another. There's the pass. Here's Mans again. Gets it over to Smith. And Smith is just going to jog it out, slow it down a little bit, then head to the bench. He gets the ball into the stick of Robert Church. Far pass way over across the floor. Just over half a minute to go. And the Rush penalty. Keenan shooting and getting a glove on it. Warren Hill. Good battle for the ball in the corner. Graham Hasek comes in, and Hasek will scoop this up.
There is a long list of things I would rather do than take a slash from Graham Hasek.
Yeah, it's not high on my list either, that's for sure. There's Benesh. Benesh to Cody Jamieson. Jamieson over, shot. That was blocked out in front. Ends up in the corner. Rush back to full strength. Back to 5-on-5 lacrosse with just Over 6 minutes to go with this one. Benesh shoots from way out. Chiliano getting an arm on that. A reset if Halifax can get control of it here. Instead, it does look like the Rush may pick it up. They do. And it's played here by Holden Garland.
I know Benesh doesn't come up with a loose ball there. His team's up 17-9, 6 minutes to go. He could have easily given up on that ball. Instead, he fought to the bitter end.
Pass out in front, a shot, and they score. Keenan, that captain, makes a nice move and buries it past Ward Hill. Maybe the curling maneuvers coming into play there, Pat.
I think you call that an out-turn, perhaps. Captain Keenan cashing in here. Again, transition. Look what happens, Saskatchewan, when you play with pace. I know this is a slow break, but look, they recognize we've got numbers. And again, Halifax has to do a better job in these unsettled situations. Who's the open man? Find the open man. Of course, yes, the game is probably out of reach. 7 goals with 6 minutes. Shouldn't sit. That's why I didn't say it is out of reach. And Messenger getting credited for an assist there. Now that's his 100th point of his NLL career.
A lot of milestones here tonight. And
they're going to run out of balls here at the nest.
Ryan Keenan playing in his 99th game, so he'll hit a milestone in games played. And he takes on Rochester next. Yeah, they may have to reload on the game balls. They're running out of them here with 5:26 to go in the fourth.
I tell you, Cole Kirst, man. We'll let Josh Hiltz here.
2 minutes holding.
Holding penalty for the Rush. We'll get a look here. Look at Kirst, uses that big body. When Greniak has no choice but to rip him to the turf. He is going to be a matchup nightmare. He's a big body, physical, he craves the contact. He's got a great jab step. Once he figures out this box game, man, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and it won't take him long, I don't think either. Shot there, handled by Chiliano. Halifax getting the ball back. There's a shot by Benesh, and Chiliano down, making the save. And here's a chance coming up the floor. Quick shot, trying to fool Warren Hill, was Boudreau. But Hill was there to make the save, and here comes Tyson Bell. Bell to Benesh, right across the floor. And Halifax will control it. Peterson, Shanks. Here's Benesh, backhand pass. Bo Hunter with a shot. Chiliano with the save. He's back in there after starting this one and then came back here in the fourth. Messenger with it. Moves it over towards the far boards. Church coming in, bit of a twister. Couldn't get it on goal. Played off the back boards and moved ahead here. Come the Thunderbirds. Benesh trying to get some air here. He was out on offense, back on D, and then just stays right out there. Peterson at the top of this power play. Tyson Bell stays out there. He wants to get in on the offense here. Shot, a sidearm, Chiliano with a save. Peterson trying to track down the loose ball. He does. Keeps it inside Saskatchewan territory. Here's Bell. Bell swings it over, quick stick, and Chiliano got a piece of it. They may have kissed the top crossbar too. And the Rush, short-handed for another 10 seconds or so. Down by 7 here. Late now into this one on opening nights. Smith over to the far side. And the Rush looking to make the score a little closer here with a shot from way out. And they'll just dump it to the corner. And the shot clock had come to an end. 3:11 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's 17-10. Warren Hill and the Thunderbirds out in front. The NLL on TSN Game of the Week is brought to you by NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything.
The NLL is going coast to coast tonight. As once this one's done, Panther City visiting Vancouver. The Warriors starting off the Kurt Malosky era, but the Panther City Lacrosse Club looking to go back-to-back playoff appearances. And it all starts with our great doubleheader on TSN.
Indeed, over 8,500 on hand here for this one. Nice turnout on a Friday night in Halifax. And I think they're going to enjoy the end result when it's all said and done right now, though. Still just under 3 minutes to go as Ryan Benesch has it. Moves it over to the far side. And Rush playing some good D. Kirst looking for another one. Out in front, there's the pass for Peterson. Bo Hunter, he takes the shot and kind of came maybe at the whistle. Messenger didn't like that too much, Pat.
He did not. We'll have to see if it's just going to be what exactly the officials are going to call. It was a late shot, but we saw a couple of late shots go by the officials. Looks like Messenger's the only one who's going to walk over. But let's not speculate. Let's send it down to Josh Hiltz. He'll tell us what's going on.
All right, so Josh Hiltz, a busy guy tonight, and Tyson Bell will start the playoff here for Halifax. Bell to Pearson. Like a Kersey electing to go with not exactly his top power play here. Here's Bell. Tyson Bell with it down low, but intercepted. And the Rush will quickly get it up the floor. What a grab! Shot! Scores! What a goal! A beauty grab and a beauty finish. My goodness. Mans, that was spectacular.
I mean, this finish is unbelievable from Mans. But look at Holden Garland picks up the ball, waits in the pocket like a quarterback, and feathers this pass. What a grab! Touchdown, Saskatchewan.
My goodness.
Unbelievable finish, great feed, great grab. With the green, doing a Rough Riders impression with that connection.
Yeah. They want to look at him for a receiver position next year. What a vertical and a grab. That is something to see. Halifax now sending back out their regulars here, just in case on the power play. Benesch playing catch with D. Benesch to the top for Peterson. Fake shoots, rips one off the end boards, and slowing it down as Kirst decided not to take the shot. Only a second left on the shot clock. He's got to take it now. He does. Chiliano with a save. Benesch was there looking and hoping for a rebound. Couldn't get it. And the Rush up the floor. Enju, Isaac Enju with a couple here tonight. Giveaway, Hasek on the steal. And here comes Graham Hasek to Tyson Bell. Under 90 seconds left here in the lacrosse game. Peterson to Benesch. Ryan Benesch, nice pass, moves it over out in front. Bo Hunter, a bit of a quick stick. Fired it off the end boards. Benesch to the top. Backhand pass. Shanks, fakes. Trying to return it to Peterson. Intercepted. And the Rush on a partial breakaway. Peterson comes back to try and take it away. And they score. No, it's waved off. Crease violation.
Penalty shot.
But a penalty shot is right, I think. Barnable. There's a lot going on there. Penalty shot, crease violation, all happening at once. Coming with just under a minute remaining. Let's take another look.
Peterson draped all over the back of Barnable. Barnable gets that shot. That might be a good goal.
Yeah. That's incredible as he stays out there.
Ooh. I think the ball crosses the line before he lands. We'll get a look from up above. Again, we can't see where his backside hits. This might be the angle, Pete. So he's clear, ball is out. Again, don't quite get the angle there. Regardless, goal or not, the fact that he's able to get that shot off, have the wherewithal to get his feet out of the crease, remarkable stuff from Ryan Barnable. Every time I watch this guy play.
Here's another look. This could be the best view here of this one. Break it down for us, Pat.
So take a look at his feet and his backside. Ball is out. Ball is in. I think that's a good goal. Sports Center. Clip that, save that. That might be a highlight of the night candidate.
That could last well into the season as the goal of the year. That is incredible. Not just putting the ball in the net, but staying out of the crease as long as possible. Waiting for the, not that he was waiting for the ball to cross the line, it was just pure talent there to get it away. I think it's a clean goal too, I think you're right.
Ryan Barnable will throw it down to Mark Ardonio.
The call on the floor is overturned. We have a good goal. The holding penalty wiped out. Good goal.
There you have it. Absolutely. What a beautiful one, too.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I just keep wanting to buy more and more stock of Ryan Barnable.
Well, just went up.
Look at Drake, boom, in the back there. Watching that full speed. That is unbelievable stuff from the Whitby, Ontario native, the former Warriors captain in Junior A. He's won 2 Division III titles with Rochester Institute Technology. This guy is poised for greatness.
What an effort by Barnable. Makes it 17-12. And the Halifax Thunderbirds just going to eat up some time here. Johnny Pearson with it. Pearson, Hossack shoots. Tyson Bell now. Bell tries to fire it through a screen. Play is whistled down. All of a sudden, I mean, it's going to be too little too late, but, you know, it's a 5-goal lacrosse game at this point. After a couple solid efforts here in the fourth quarter by the Rush. And Jimmy Quinlan, yeah, he knew coming in, may not be a perfect season by any means.
He told us mistakes is something that continue to happen in those preseason games, and it wasn't just a magnitude, it was the same ones over and over. And he said they need to eliminate those. They didn't do that here tonight, and a good Halifax team exposed them off those.
So that will do it. Make the final 17-12. Halifax starting the season with a win in the Nest. Warren Hill picking up the victory. Big night for Ryan Benesh. He got the party started a couple hours ago here in Halifax. And a huge night for Jake Withers as well.
Massive night. I mean, this stat line is video game-like. 3 goals, 1 assist for 4 points. He was 3 for 3 on his shots, by the way. 4 blocks. And yes, this is not a typo. 32 loose balls. That ties a single game record with Jeff Snyder, who did it back in 2008. One of the other greatest face-off takers in the game of lacrosse. Jake Withers putting on a masterful performance in all aspects of the game, and to boot, his little one in the stands watching the game.
Yeah, Charlotte, I think they call her Charlie, watching here tonight, and certainly a huge night for the Withers crew, for the Peterborough, Ontario native. There's Warren Hill. He was spectacular when he needed to be. He made some big saves and frustrated the Rush offense at times. But this is one of the great things of lacrosse, Pat, the handshakes after each game. You love to see it.
Yeah, a lot of mutual respect between these two teams. Mentioned a few times now, but it should not go unnoticed. A budding rivalry between these two groups. Two smaller Canadian markets, two proud fan bases of their team. And we'll see Clark Peterson. What an unbelievable performance from him. 5 goals, 3 assists for 8 points. The theme in training camp with him and his coach was shoot more. Well, ball don't lie with Clark Peterson. A 5 spot, and he was absolutely ripping twine, and he's standing by with Ashley Docking.
Thank you so much, Clark. Congratulations. You couldn't have asked for a better start to the season. But one thing that stood out to me in particular in the first, second, and third quarter was your guys' ability to answer back when the Rush scored. How critical is it to be able to do that?
Yeah, lacrosse is a game of runs, so when they score, we need to be able to answer. It's our mentality this year to just face adversity head on, see it as an opportunity to get better, just say good and keep moving forwards. That's our motto.
Cody Jamieson, 900 career points tonight. What does it mean for you to be able to share the floor with somebody who's just so influential in the game of lacrosse?
Absolutely. He does so much for lacrosse on and off the floor. Multiple Hall of Famers on our offense with him and Banesh. You can't ask for better leaders than they are. Everything they do is with a purpose, the right way. They lead us all the way.
Congratulations, Clark, and thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right. Thank you, Ashley Docking. Great job tonight. The lacrosse continues. Oh yeah, we're only halfway home. Panther City in Vancouver starting shortly here on TSN. That should be a great one on the West Coast. A big night for Halifax here tonight. Pat, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Mr. Abbott will be back next time around. There's your final, 17-12. Halifax over Saskatchewan as they will celebrate into the wee hours here tonight on the East Coast. You've been watching the National Lacrosse League on TSN. Good night from Halifax.